I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if anyone shows up. I don't actually like ever get anyone on my lives, so well, actually one time I did. So, but yeah, we'll see if anyone wants to talk Big Brother today. No spoilers, Big Brother. Yeah, so I do watch Big Brother. I've been watching Big Brother for about like 7 seasons, maybe. I think the first season that I watched was um, what was it? Not Paul's first season, his second season. Like, like I think he must have come back and done like, uh, yeah, I think it was his second, maybe a third. I don't know, but it was like I think Josh won that season. That was the first one I watched. But yeah, this I kind of forgot to say good morning to everyone. I have Doggo here with me. I have my green smoothie. I don't know if I ever said this is fruity cereal flavored, but I also put greens in it. And I have my green tea still in my Shakespeare mug. I don't really like Shakespeare, but I have a Shakespeare mug. So yeah, I started watching Big Brother that season. I don't know what season it was, like 19. And then I didn't watch 20. And then I watched 21. So, so let's go back a little bit farther. So I watched season 1 of Big Brother with Eddie, and like I was like so in love with Eddie. Like not like in love, but like I wanted him to win so bad. He was like the one-legged fellow, like above the knee amputee. I actually I don't know if he was born that way or if he was an amputee. Is it still an amputee if you're born without a leg? I'm actually not sure. Um, anyway, so yeah, I did watch that. I think somebody's here. Say hi if you're here if you want to. We're talking Big Brother, so I'm talking about. In 2000, I watched the first season of Big Brother, but then I never picked up back with it again. Um, and I I think it must have been sometime in like the 2010s whenever um, Frankie Grande was on. My brother was watching, and like we were both at home, so we watched together, and he was telling me about it, and he was like, "Oh, you should watch this," and I was like, "I'm more into Survivor, like Survivor's my thing." So I think Hayden was on that season, who I saw on Survivor later on, and like they were like just like doing goofy things in the backyard. Like, how do you say your name? Valerio. Hi. thanks for thanks for joining me. Do you watch Big Brother? So the they were like doing like something with like they were stacking up blocks and then standing on the blocks and then like um balancing and like they were falling over and like landing in a bunch of soap suds and stuff, and I was like, this is silly. I don't know if this is like really for me because it was so different from Survivor. But my brother was like, you should watch it, and I was like, well, you should watch Survivor. Like, and the Survivor. So like I stuck with Survivor, and like I still watch Survivor, of course, but he didn't really um, start watching Survivor either until later on, and then I didn't start watching Big Brother until later on. So I actually had started listening to Rob Has a Podcast, and the when Rob started doing a lot of recap shows right after Big Brother, I was like, I think I'm gonna just start watching Big Brother now. I might as well. It's not that much of a time commitment. I didn't think, and then it ended up being like a huge time commitment. And um, so my let's see, my first season was that one where Josh won, and then I think the next season, like maybe I was like doing wedding planning or something, so I didn't have the time. So then I I came back to it in season 21, which I think was, gosh, was that during the pandemic maybe? Like the first part of the pandemic, I think. I don't remember actually. Yeah, I think it was because it was the All Stars and they were able to like more control what the All Stars did and what they like they could keep them a little bit safer. They could quarantine them a little bit more. So I came back to that one. I didn't go back and watch any of the seasons that they were from. So, which would have been similar to my uh, journey with Survivor. I watched like the first 3 seasons of Survivor, then I fell off, and then I came back for Heroes versus Villains, and then I watched everything to fill in all the blanks so that I knew who those all those people were, all those Survivor icons. So then started I just started watching Big Brother, and I just have watched the season since then, and I haven't caught up on anything like back. So I watched 21, 22. Actually, I don't even know what season this is what we're currently on. I definitely watched the Cookout season. I watched Taylor Hale season. I like that's what, and then the season with Suri, and then this season. And I don't know if that's all of the seasons that I've watched, but that's all I can remember right now. Uh, that yeah. So yesterday was a crazy OTEV. The So I was watching it and I was like, why is this first round taking so long? Like it's supposed to, like the first round usually goes pretty fast. But they're taking so long to find the wrong, like everyone was trying to find the wrong name for the OTEV. So if you don't know the OTEV game is like it says a clue about an eliminated house guest, and then everybody tries to get those that house guest's little like plate or whatever, and then they bring it up to OTEV, and then OTEV says if you're right or wrong. So everybody got it wrong except for one person. So like everyone was getting Tucker's thing, and I like said to my husband, like, I was like, I thought it was Cedric. I thought that was the answer to this. And he was like, what? And then, like, everybody was getting Tucker. Thank goodness Mackenzie got the Cedric one, or else, like, I guess they just reset and everybody keeps going. But it was really funny that it was, like, they went to commercial and everything, and then they came back, and, like, that, it was just over. Like, they like do all this crazy setup and everyone has like their whole strategies for everyone has their whole strategies for winning OTEV, and like they were doing it, and like they were they were doing it well, but they just then it was just over, and like all of that work, all of the set design. Like they probably had to close the backyard for them for like maybe days, so that they probably couldn't go outside. And then they're like, "Yay, it's OTEV!" And then it was just over like in a couple of minutes. I thought that was really funny. Um, yeah, so I haven't been watching any. I don't watch live feeds, and I don't even watch the Rob has a podcast anymore. So I don't really listen to podcasts right now. So I really don't know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know if Mackenzie's going to use the veto or if Chelsea's going to put Quinn or Leah up. I have a feeling she's probably going to put Leah up. And I mean, she's probably going to put Quinn up. But, like, that's just what, like, the ethos and the, the vibes are in the air. So I think she'll probably put Quinn up and they'll probably vote Quinn out. But I don't know. I don't know. Uh, is everyone sick of Angela? I think that's like kind of the joke. Is like nobody actually likes Angela. I think she's genuine. I think that's really what she's like. Um, 'Cause I know some people who are very much like her. So, so I think that's really what she's like. She's the worst. I don't know what it would be like to have to live with her and like interact with her all the time. And then she's like trying to butt into all these conversations. So like I really like this season. A few weeks ago, I was like, "This is the best season of Big Brother that I've ever seen." And I know that's not that many, but it's like really interesting because like I think the three-person nominations um and the AI arena happening like right before the vote, I think that really changed things with how people thought. And I also think that just the characters that they got, like they're like kind of irreverent and like I think Joseph was actually like a big like he was a big reason for like why the pre-jury phase of the game went the way that it went. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot more to say about it. I'm not like a Big Brother expert, but like, who do you want to win? I think I want. I don't know. I really like Rubina and T Core and Chemo. I like their trio, but I also really like Mackenzie. I like her a lot. And yeah, I can't even remember all of the other people's names, but I really hated that woman who put glitter on people's food. Like, I don't know if you watch me at all, you know that I really love glitter, but like, you don't put that, you don't mess with anyone's food. So I think, actually, I don't know. I don't know why I would say this when like, I don't have that much knowledge of other Big Brother seasons, but like, this might be the most Filipino season. At least, like, one time, Rubina was in the voting booth, and she, like, after they vote, they always say, like, something to their family or something like that. And she said something like shout out to all my like all the Filipino ladies, and I was like, that's me. so so yeah, it might be the most Filipino season ever. Yeah, so I'm rooting for Rubina. I'm so happy that she won that last AI arena. Um, and like that is several levels, and she was very short, so like it wasn't easy for her to win that. But yeah, I'm very, I was very happy for her. I don't know if she will win though. I don't know who will win. Like there's so many factors. Like this season has been so crazy that like you don't really know. I'm kind of rooting for Cedric in the beginning. I kind of liked how he and Chelsea took on the, like, when they were those microchips. I kind of liked all that. So I wanted to show my roller skates because um, I have found out that Rubina is like a roller skating social media content creator. I didn't I don't think I knew her before because I don't watch Instagram, and I think she's on Instagram mostly. So I'm more of a YouTube person. So if she was on YouTube, I think I might know her. But these are mine. So these are Vanilla Parfait, and they're in this aqua color. I don't know if that actual color name on the website, but yeah, it's on in this aqua color. So that comes with like actual aqua laces. So I've got these yellow wheels because I wanted something that were a little bit softer than the wheels that come because that come with them, which were like pink. Um, and I got some new. Um, I can't remember what these are called, but I got these new ones, so I thought to match those, I would get some yellow laces too. So they're these like glimmery yellow laces. And I kept the same toe stop that was on them. I changed the cushions, which are also yellow. That's just uh, that's just a coincidence. The cushiness of these cushions or bushings, um, this the like softness of it, that is they're different. Each color di- differentiates a different softness of those cushions. So the uh, so that was just happened to be yellow, and then the softness of these wheels, or the wheels that I wanted, I got the yellow ones. I don't know if they even came in different colors, and I got these for my birthday. And then the, like, I don't know what this is called, like the toe cover thing. I got them. Like at first, I wasn't gonna use them, but like basically the first or second time I went roller skating, I got a grass stain on the front, and I was so sad. I do a lot of falling when I roller skate. Um, so I just got these like plasticky ones to go on, just to not so much to add any like toughness, but to protect the suede fabric of it. But yeah, I haven't been roller skating in a while. Like I got like I had a hard time going in the winter, and then in the spring I was like I'm gonna do it, and then I went once, and then I got COVID, and then my husband was in the hospital, and then I just haven't really felt like working on my roller skating skills. But I'm a very beginner of for roller skating. I started sometime last year. Uh, yeah, I can't remember exactly when I started. But yeah, I started sometime last year, like a little bit in my room, like a little like tiny bit of floor, and I was like just like kind of getting used to standing on them. I never roller skated. I tried rollerblading once when I was maybe in seventh grade, sixth, seventh grade, and like that was, I really didn't like how it felt, like being up so high and like having to balance on the two. I don't know, balance on the blades, but this is a little bit better because you have like the like you're flat footed and like you can kind of get used to it. But I'm a little bit used to it, but I'm still not very good. I wear all of my gear: knee pads, elbow pads, wrist guards, helmet. I wear all of those. Um, so yeah, so, uh, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Just like last night, Big Brother was crazy, and I cannot wait for Survivor next week. I'm really excited. Uh, the last couple of seasons of Survivor have been really, really good. like, um, I think the one with Kenzie was my favorite one, because I'm pretty good at like halfway through the season. I usually go back and watch the first half of the episodes, or like at the merge, before the merge, I watch all those episodes leading up to them, um, like in a couple of days, and I am pretty good at knowing, like based on how the story's going at that point, who is gonna win. And I was like, I nailed it. I was like, Kenzie is going to win. That was when like a lot of people were saying that like Kenzie and Tiffany were being bullies, but I was like, no, she's gonna win. Like, because when she is crying, I think maybe the first or second episode, and she looks up at the producers and or the cameraman, and she's like, "Are my eyes really blue?" And the cameraman says yes, and she said, "Good, because if I'm gonna cry, then at least my eyes are gonna be really good, really blue." And like, I was like, if she's able to talk to the cameraman and the producers like that, then that means like that's how she talks to her fellow castaways too. Um, so I was like, she's gonna win. Like they wouldn't keep that in if she wasn't gonna win. Like that was an aside thing. Like just like kind of what you say. Like when you're like, okay, I'm gonna go back to camp now. Um, like not that I know. Like not that I know as a castaway or anything. Um, does anyone else have like dreams about being on Survivor? I have so many dreams about being on Survivor, and also like having had been on Survivor. Like I have like kind of a recurring dream where I'm like, oh yeah, I was on like Survivor season 2, and then and I like just have forgotten all these years. So I could do some crafting today too. Oh, I was gonna say I also really liked Gabler's season. Um, like I loved Cody. I loved Cody and I loved Jesse. Like I thought they were like really good characters, and I know that um my husband and I would hang out with them if they were like in our if they're available to be friends with us. And same with Gabler. He said something like, "I've been below the surface" or something, or like nobody's talked to me, nobody's written my name down or something like that, and I was like, he's gonna win. Um, I loved like my favorite part of um 42 was uh Romeo's whole arc where he's like, I am like I support women and I make sure that they do like I lift them up so that they feel proud and able to do big things, and like that's like he played a vital role in a lot of the women in the season doing as well as they did. Um, particularly Drea and Marianne. Sorry, I couldn't think of her name. Um, and like when he won the final four, and he took Marianne. Like, I thought it was so good. Like his story was complete, and like I think they do such a good job um, on editing Survivor. Like his journey was so complete. He got to argue his case. He, I wonder if he helped to sway some of the jurors to not vote for Mike and to vote for Marianne instead. Yeah, I was I was really into that season, and like the whole thing when Marianne and Drea played their idols. That was just awesome. I don't know how this turned into uh, a Survivor conversation. Um, but yeah, I much prefer Survivor to Big Brother. If I could only watch one, it would obviously be Survivor. So I'm rewatching um, the seasons in the 40s. I don't know if I'll be able to finish before the new season starts, but I did 41, 42, and 43. And yeah, they're really good. They're really rewatchable um, for a lot of those little stories. I'm kind of excited uh, to watch season 44, which is um, like I really was a big fan of Heidi, and when like she was just like really like a very strong, powerful person and a good castaway. Anyway, I think was that everything. Like, yeah, I think that was everything I wanted to talk about Big Brother. I don't know who's going home today. I feel like I would be like now that Angela is on the jury and like we have to like be seeing her in some capacity for the rest of the season. I don't want her to be the first juror in the house because then she's gonna be like really annoying to watch, especially like when like there's certain kinds of people who act a certain way, and when you don't have an audience and like she'll be alone in the house for a week, like what is that going to be like? I don't want to see that. I'm not interested in that. So I would much rather Quinn be the first juror in the house, and I think he would be really entertaining, even if he was alone. Um, yeah. So should I make something? I found these like they're literally hidden. I found these like things that were already cut out. I think they're already 6x8, and like the designs on them are so witchy. So I thought I could make another insert or another page out of these. Now, sometimes this happens. Like, I put things away nicely in a box, and then I put more things in that box, and more things in that box, and then these are at the very bottom. So I don't, like, I end up not knowing what's at the bottom of the box. So I could make something. There are a couple of things that I have been thinking about. Oh, this is something that I made yesterday. So my live, or my video for this should be up soonish in the next couple of days. So it's just a tea bag that I made a little paper card tea bag that you can write on inside of there, or you can write on the outside if you want. Then I decorated the little pocket for it, the little case, and then this is something you can glue in onto a page, or you can staple it in, so it can, or tape it in, so it can still like flip, and you can tuck something behind it. And then I always decorate the tag a little bit too. And my dress video should be up. I don't know where those are. Yeah, I don't know where there's one too. So it's just like a dress. I wonder if I have like the extras here. Yeah. So I made a bunch of these dresses, and then I cut out the inner part, and I put some pattern paper behind it to like pattern to make the dress that pattern. It'll make sense if you watch that video. I don't mind if you leave the live and watch that video. It's probably more interesting. So some things I'm like really winding down on the uh, um, I'm winding down on the things that I have to make for the witchy journals. So I'm trying to use up like some of the things that I had set aside for it. So um, I can just use them up and then not have to think about them again. So I have some kind of like a trim fabric, and I've already cut out 16 of them, but I haven't thought of what to use them for, so I might be able to use them for this. I can put them off the edge like that, or I can put them across the top like that, something like that. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with these cards yet. I also have a little bit of just like torn up sheets of little paper like this that I can make another little cluster that I've done before. I have some like pages that I have some like the cutouts from, like things that like I used like this part of the paper in the journal already or in another journal, so then I just have like a little bit left, so I could use that. Like there's just like a lamp or a vase or whatever that is, so I have like a little bit of that kind of paper, so I can use that. Sorry if I just bumped you. And then I have some offcuts from dyed paper, so the same thing, I used this part of the um, dyed paper. So this is coffee dyed here, and this is avocado dyed. Um, so I have the offcuts from that paper. This is a pretty sizable sheet of paper, so I can use that for something. And then I have some lace that I wanted to utilize. It has, I don't know if you how well you can see it, but the way it dyed, because this used to be white lace that I dyed it. So I dyed it just with black dye, and it turned the front part of the lace, which was probably like cotton or something, it turned it like a dark gray, which is expected. And then the thread of it turned it green. And that is something that can happen when you dye um, different kinds of, yeah, there you go. When you dye different kinds of fibers, they can take on a different color. So I really love that color green, and I love how it looks against the black. And I wanted to use this in some journals, or like as a journal card for the witchy journals, because I feel like green and black, they both kind of go with the witchy theme. My tea is cold, so I might put that on the tea warmer. So I could sew these on, or I can glue them on. Uh, I also have these kind of these stamp shapes, but I might use these for a different set of journals that I make, so it's okay if I keep those. I still have tons of these cat tarot cards, so I might use those. I still have stickers and I still have washi tape, so I can use those up. I don't want to turn the camera at all though, so I don't want to shift it down for a top view, like a bird's eye view, so I'm just gonna keep it like this. I'll see what I can make. So I'll do one. Let me choose a paper that I'm not like, I wouldn't be terribly sad. So it's just like this crinkle paper look. So I'm gonna fold it. And this is probably something that I'll use as a bigger tag in a pocket or an insert. I don't know what pocket it will go to, so sometimes that could be problematic because I don't know which way I need to pull it and which way I would. So that means I don't know which place to put the ribbon. But yeah, I could put it like this on the folded side. That might be nice. So I would probably want to sew that, but I could also glue it. And then I have these, like I said, so I can make a little, instead I can make a little, like, pull with this. And then cover it up with that. I don't know. It's not doing it for me. I just thought of something else that I have that might be the ticket. Now I punched out a bunch of these little frogs. But I just have a hole punch that when I was putting back on the shelf, it actually fell behind the shelf, so I don't have it to show. But I have a bunch of these frogs. I just got my offcuts of green, and I made a bunch of frogs. So I have a bunch of those. So if I do like a little tuck, maybe I'll do it on the inside. So if I add this as a tuck spot, and like you can tuck something behind there, and I put some frogs there, maybe that'll be what I do. I'm gonna try that out, see how it looks. I am gonna put my tea on the tea warmer, so I'll be right back. So let me find some other tape. I want to use some washi tape to tape this down. But I don't want to use one that has too much green in it, because I want the frogs to stand out, so they should stand out pretty well against the purple. Yeah, that looks good. Let's try the dark green. Yeah. So I'm gonna tape that little scrap that I had, and I'm gonna put it in the corner, and that'll be like a little tuck spot. And just like that, and I will fold that over to the back. What I just did is I just split the tape so that I could fold that over too. So just like that, nothing too difficult. And I left that open for now, but I'll probably tape that part down too. I think I'll get a piece of tape. I don't know if I have enough, but at least I'll have enough for one. So actually, before I get the tape off the tape roll, I'm going to line up some frogs. I'm going to make sure I get both of the different color greens that I have. Alright, so I'm just going to put them down like that on the box that I have them in, and then I'm going to take my tape and I'm just going to go straight onto them. And usually the static of the tape picks them right up. So then they transferred over like that, and now I can just put it right on to my project. Like that. So it's it's kind of silly, but I like it. I'm gonna keep doing that. I can still put something in there. And let me see if I have something I can put on the opposite side, but I'll probably just put like this. I'll sew it on. Okay, let's see. I'm going to get the rest of these frogs. Like that. I can't decide where they look good. Sometimes this happens. You get like there. Like after you already have the tape in your hand, you get kind of decision paralysis. Right? And then it'll fold up like that. I'm going to tape that part down too. But then you have just some frogs on the bottom. You have a tuck spot here, which is one of the other many things that I've made. I can tuck in there. Maybe I can take one of these pages that I have extra and just tuck it in there, like that. I might tape up the side too with some more washi tape. Then on this side, I am going to put this. So let me just sew that on. Ah, it's already been 45 minutes. So I might finish this up soon then. My sewing machine's behind the camera, so that's why I was so close. Right, so that's sewn on like that on that side and like that on the inside. And I actually like it when it has a little tail like that, but depending on if it goes in this way or that way or this way, I might trim that off. And I think I will put a little bit of this also. I should have actually sewn them on together, I think. Let me see. Because I could put a little piece on like this, but then it kind of disappears against the gray. You can't see it as well. I could put it on the front of this. Or after, like when it's folded like this, if I put the front, and this can be like a way to pull it out of something. But then that would mean that I have to pull it, I have to put it in something this way. So I don't think I want to put a pull tab. Maybe I will put it here, just on the edge like that. And then as I sew it up, it will stitch this closed, and then that'll be a slightly better tuck. And then the two pieces of fabric, like the lace and then the other like trim, they'll be on top of each other when it's closed, but then you'll be able to see them separately when they're open. So yeah, I think I like that idea. So I'm actually going to change to a straight stitch instead of the zigzag. So now it's sewn on. Let me snip the threads before I forget. So when it's closed, it's like that, and you have like the layers of the different fabrics, the different trims. Then you can flip this over, see some more of that green. Wow, it looks like you can really see how green that is. But then when you open it, you can see everything here, everything here. You can see all those frogs, and then you have that little tuck spot, like I said. You can tuck something in there. And now, this isn't going anywhere like it was before. So what do you think? Should I also put some sort of sticker here or washi tape or something? Maybe, maybe not. I like the frogs on the inside, like the little surprise frogs. So I might actually put those going all the way across on some other ones. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. Thanks for joining me. If you were here, I know there's nobody here right now, but I know other people were on before. If you're watching it on the uh, like the taped kind, the recorded one, um, then please leave a comment so I know, because um, I will probably stop doing lives if there's nobody who comes back and watches them later, because like so few people actually watch them live at this point. But yeah, let me know what you think. I know um, it's really hard to see me make anything, especially when I don't turn the camera that way. So yeah, I do like those little frogs. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye!